And there we go. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is I, your 38th favorite dad in the family community, Papa West, Jacob West. And no, I am not an imposter. I am the real Jacob West. I just decided, why not shave off the beard? First time in 5 years. And don't worry, I hate it. I'm growing it out as best as I can, as you can kind of tell by this somewhat 5 o'clock shadow from 2 days without shaving. Um, but you might be asking yourself, Jacob, why are you here? You could have posted a picture of yourself on Facebook to let everyone know that you did that. Yes, true. Or I could go live and announce it. So thank you for being on my TED Talk. I shave my beard. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful day. Just kidding. Please do not turn off the video. I'm actually here, as you can tell by my name in red. It is a TMG singles match. I have two gentlemen here, two veterans of the fan leagues, but not veterans of TMG trivia because we're kind of newish. So I have two very special guests here with me today who are ready to take each other on. As you could tell by my Facebook post earlier today, if you check the Facebook post, I have the notorious Russell Howell versus Ryan, the quote, Permison. And yes, I know I did not put his actual nickname on the Facebook post. I did a fun nickname, but here we're semi-professional, so it's only real nicknames going on. And as soon as I add him in, he's gonna be like, oh, I actually quit going by the quote. I'm this now. I don't care. That's what I've known him as the entire time I've been watching this. But I'm going to go ahead and bring one of them in. The first person to show up on my page is the quote himself, Ryan Permison. Ryan, how are you doing today?
Doing well, good sir. Thanks for having me. This is going to be fun. And yes, I am still the quote to this day, and I will forever be known as the quote. So you're right on target. Everything's fine.
All right. And are you ready to take on Russell?
Yes, Russell's a good guy. He and I are friends. I don't consider him an enemy, so this ought to be a really friendly neighborhood match.
Nice. And then a personal question that I want to ask, because y'all are veterans in the fan leagues, have y'all played each other one-on-one before?
I'm not completely sure. But, I've had so many matches and so many things have happened since this thing called the pandemic that has lasted for a decade. I can't even remember. I think Russell has a better memory than I do.
I will probably ask him the same exact question. Well, Ryan, I'm going to kick you out, but don't get comfortable because I'll add you back here in a second as I get in your competitor, the notorious Russell Howell. Russell, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. Looking forward to competing here on new ground. Records stripped aside, fresh start. I like it. So yeah, looking forward to playing Ryan. And to answer that question, I don't think we've played each other one-on-one. I think we've been in matches together. I think with like group matches and stuff like that, maybe with like Full Metal or something, maybe. I'm not 100% sure. I think our paths is probably crossed. Kind of what he said. There's been so many matches that we've been in because we've been in these leagues for 3+ years. So yeah.
And with so many people on classics at once, you never know who all you're with. But I'm glad we could get both of you to take each other on one-on-one as I work this out to get both of y'all on here. I hate being on my phone for this, but the wife still has the laptop and she's not giving it back yet. So I have to deal with what I have to deal with for right now.
I did my matches back in the day on a lot of them on cell phones, so I know how it goes, man.
So I have my laptop in front of me running everything and my phone off to the side filming. If I'm having to run stuff, if I'm just me by myself, my laptop is off to the side, and then I just do everything on my mobile. But I have to run it on my phone. I've never done that before.
I've never done. I've competed with my phone, but I've never had to run anything. So you look good though, smooth. I like the clean shaven, well behaving look you got going on. So yes.
And if I look down, you can see my double chin. Another reason I have the beard to hide how fat I am. But without further ado, let's get into this. The way TMG singles works, Every match is 3 rounds to a finish. I will only talk about the first round right now and explain it because that's the round we're in, and there's no reason to explain anything else until we get there. The way round number 1 works, I'm going to ask both of y'all 10 questions, one at a time, so don't worry about having to remember all the questions and writing all your answers down. It will be one at a time. Whenever I ask you your question, think of the answer, write your answer down on a whiteboard, piece of paper, etch a sketch, carve it to your arm. I do not care. Just as long as it is legible, I can read it. That's the only thing I care. We do also ask, kind of try to keep your hands on screen. I'm not a stickler about it, but I swear to God, if you do this whole thing,
we've seen that
I
before.
probably won't call you out, but someone will call you out.
Literally checking my phone to see if I got text about my daughter. You're good.
Yes. But yeah, so 10 questions, write your answer down, and then you have 3 repeats to use throughout the entire match. Use them wisely. However, if you did not properly hear the question, just say, hey, Jacob, I didn't hear that. Can I get that again? I will give you a technical without it going against you. And then you do also have a challenge. If you think the question was not worded properly, I will say I didn't write all of these, so there might be one on there, but we'll see. Throw out your challenge. I'll talk it over with myself, and we'll go from there. But with that, Ryan, are you ready?
I was born ready. Let's do it.
Russell, are you ready?
Always ready. Come on.
Let's get into it. Starting off with question number 1, which comes in the category of quotes. In what comic book film will you hear the quote, "Those pajamas are impossible. This actually happened"?
Ooh.
Boy. This is
Good one to kick off with, since one of us has a nickname known as the quote, so this helps.
Also, fun reminder, up at the top corner right by Russell, you will see a timer. That timer is not canon. Yeah.
So you repeat it real quick. I'll burn one on this one. This could be.
In what comic book film will you hear the quote, "Those pajamas are impossible. This actually happened"?
Great question.
But yeah, this timer is not canon. This timer is just to keep me on track. So I give you around 15 to 20 seconds per question instead of 2 minutes, which has unfortunately happened to me before. But 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Ryan.
That would be Jim Carrey's The Mask.
And Russell.
Yeah, I know. I just push Shazam for shits and giggles.
The Mask is correct. Ryan getting a point.
Nice.
I wrote that for a previous TMG match in a round 2 and just loved it so much I had to use it in round 1.
That's a good one.
I could have used all 3 repeats. I would never have pulled that. It's been a while since I've seen that one.
Question number 2 comes in the category of classics. Which classic film features the songs "Make 'Em Laugh," "Moses," and "Good Morning"? This is the time where I tell you I enjoy a good musical every now and again, but not all the time. This one is one I do kind of enjoy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Russell.
Oklahoma.
And Ryan.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
I'm not sure that one is considered a classic. We were looking for "Singing in the Rain."
Oh,
That one.
Debbie Reynolds. Oh,
Damn you.
I was very precise on the songs I picked, because if I said what film features the song "Singing in the Rain," that would have been a gimme. Question number 3 comes in the category of the Terminator franchise.
Jesus Christ.
What year saw the release of Terminator 2: Judgment Day?
Oh, this is beautiful. I love this.
Thank you.
This is great.
Have to sneak a movie release date question in there every now and again, because I can be lazy sometimes. Like, I don't feel like writing a question in this category, so I'm just gonna do that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Ryan.
It's celebrating its 30th this year, 1991.
And Russell.
1991.
1991 is correct. Question number 4 comes in the category of Keanu Reeves. What type of food does Keanu Reeves' character sell door to door before meeting Victoria on the bus in the film A Walk in the Clouds?
Okay.
That's a random movie too.
I never even heard of it, bro.
I've heard of the movie. It's from the mid '90s. I think it was from like '94 or something like that.
I like to call this question "Name a food" and hope you get it right.
Yeah,
5, 4, 3, 2,
Yeah.
1. Pens down. Going with Russell
Bread.
and Ryan.
I went way off the cliffs here. Oranges? I don't know.
I don't know if this is an actual movie or a ripoff of a SpongeBob episode, because he is a traveling chocolate salesman.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Question number 5 comes in the category of Martin Scorsese.
All right.
Martin Scorsese has been nominated for 14 Academy Awards for directing. How many has he actually won?
Oh, God.
And this is the name and answer, or give me a number between 0 and 14. You have a 1 in 15 chance of getting it.
Frack. Cannot believe it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Going with Ryan.
I don't know. I said 1.
And Russell.
He only won 1 for The Departed.
He did, in fact, only win 1.
Oh, I
Both
was right. Okay,
are
because I was
correct.
thinking of The Departed too, but then I'm like,
The
wait,
Departed,
another one
yeah.
I wasn't aware of?
No.
All right, going on
Nice.
to question number 6, which comes in the category of Stephen King adaptations. What Stephen King film is the focus of the second challenge in the film Ready Player One?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Making y'all
That's
think.
clever. That's clever. I like that.
Also, fun fact, this is a Matty G question. You can tell because it's about Ready Player One.
I'm looking for marker because this one's like going wacky right now.
Okay, do you
I
have
got
your
my-
answer written down?
I got my answer written down. Don't worry.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ah, shit.
I wanted to make sure so I didn't start the countdown.
No,
and
you're good.
Trying to
No.
dig for it, so.
No, you're good.
All right.
I can't find it. Anyway. I
Pens
thought it was
down.
there.
All right, going with Russell first.
It was The Shining.
And Ryan.
It's a good thing I thought of this scene correctly. Yeah, I said The Shining.
The Shining is correct. Moving on to question number 7. Russell, do you need to take some time to find a marker, or are you good?
No, I mean it's legible enough. I can limp through this. That's fine.
You have 4 questions left, so.
Yeah, I got it. It's
All
good.
right. Question number 7, which comes in the category of 1990s James Bond films, which happens to be Ryan's strength.
Oh, trash.
Your question is, how many
movies.
actors portrayed 007 in the 1990s?
Oh,
It's also
boy.
Good time to remind you of the fact when you give us a strength, not only is it a category in wheel number 2, I decided you're guaranteed to get a question because I will use it in round number 1, and I will also use it in round number 3. So you might get it all 3 rounds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Russell, I'm just going to go ahead and go with you first on all
That's fine.
the next questions, just
you're
in
good.
case.
No, that's
So
fine.
Russell, go ahead
There was only one. It was Pierce Brosnan.
and Ryan.
Yeah, it was just one, Pierce Brosnan.
3 films, only 1 actor. That is correct. Pierce Brosnan, the only person.
Goldeneye being
to
the
do
better of the 3.
I agree. I'm with
Yeah.
you on that. That was the first one I saw in theaters, and I'm not ashamed to say
They
I
got
love that movie
progressively
to
worse.
pieces.
They got progressively worse. Best video game though by far for N64.
Thank you,
True.
N64. That was
Yeah.
fun.
We'll have a long talk about that one. That's incorrect. But
Oh,
question number 8
whatever.
comes in the category of 90s sports films, which is Russell's strength. In The Mighty Ducks, where does Gordon take Fulton to help teach him how to skate?
Oh.
Russell, you are forgetting Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask were in fact on the Nintendo 64. Almost perfect games.
Oh my gosh! I hope this isn't.
GoldenEye, not
It's
a perfect game.
Don't feel bad, Ryan.
Good
It's been a while
game.
since I've
5,
seen this one, so this is
4,
probably not right either.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, going with Russell.
A frozen pond?
And Ryan.
I think I remember him and the kids going through a mall. Was it a mall?
It is, in fact, a mall.
Nice.
Yeah.
What was it?
Ryan getting that.
Yeah,
been a while
they
since
they were on rollerblades
Okay.
in the mall, Russell. Yeah.
Nice.
Going on to question number 9, your penultimate question, which comes in the category of Tom Hanks. What kind of store does Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks own in the film You've Got Mail? Or I should say stores, because they each own their own individual store and not one collective store.
Which reminds me, speaking of Mighty Ducks, I need to binge watch Game Changers when it's all dropped on Disney Plus. The
That's
reboot
been
5,
series.
4,
Been
3,
forever. I've seen
2,
that.
1. Pens down, Russell.
Bookstore.
And Ryan.
I also said a bookstore.
Bookstore is correct. As we move on to the last question, which just like every other division in TMG trivia, it is plot synopsis. I'm going to read a plot synopsis. You're going to tell me what film that this is based off of. So question number 10, name the film. A young rapper struggling with every aspect of his life wants to make it big, but his friends and foes make this odyssey of rap harder than it may seem.
Okay.
This is the only one that it logically could be, so we'll go ahead and we'll go with this
Yeah,
one.
I'm with you on that, man.
I mean, this is the only one. It has to be, but we'll go with it.
I just saw
It
this
has
movie
to
for the
be.
first time a few months ago, actually.
I remember if this is the movie, I have a poster.
5,
of my old
4,
bedroom.
3, 2, 1. Pens down, Russell.
8 Mile.
And Ryan.
I also said 8 Mile.
It is, in fact, 8 Mile.
Nice.
Both getting that question correct. Since there were no perfect rounds, you do not get a bonus question.
Aw.
I forgot to even mention that at the beginning of the match, so it really
Okay.
does not matter. But what does matter is we are moving on to round number 2. The way round number 2 works, if I can find my Chrome browser, is I have this lovely wheel right here on my tablet, brought to you by wheeldecide.com. There are a couple categories on it. My case decided to quit holding it for me. Your categories in round number 2 are Quentin Tarantino, dramas, 90s James Bond, 90s sports films, 1990s, fantasy sci-fi, action adventure, and horror/thriller.
Good
So,
decade to be alive.
good likelihood
It really
we're
was,
going to get some
Russell.
1990s
Alright.
questions.
I'm
It
good
was.
with it. I'm good with it.
The way it works is you're going to get a spin at the wheel. If you do not like the first spin, you are given one free mulligan. However, if you do your second spin, you're stuck with whatever it lands on. I have 5 questions per each category that I will ask you. Each question is worth 2 points. If you do not know the answer, feel free to go to multiple choice. However, that does devalue it from 2 points to 1 point. And if you get it incorrect, stealing is available, so your opponent can answer it if they know the answer and you don't, or guess if they don't know the answer. Really, it all depends on them. And then, of course, spinners and opponent's choice are on this wheel, which if it lands on that, you are stuck with it regardless of which spin you chose. Unless you want to spin again on spinner's choice, I will let you do that. So with that, Ryan, you are currently in the lead with 8 points, Russell with 6. Ryan, would you like to spin this wheel first or spin it second?
Oh, boy. Well, sometimes when I go second, it doesn't always work out, so I'll just go ahead and go first.
Ooh, I
Go ahead and go first.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going to give it. I'm going to
I'm
give
checking
it
my
all
phone
here,
real quick here. I'm not doing anything crazy.
Cheating. No, I'm
I'll
kidding.
let
He's
you.
fine.
All right, I
He's fine.
appreciate it.
It's probably a
Okay.
text from his loved ones.
So-
He's fine.
I have primed this wheel. So
Sure
your
you have.
spin Well, I just clicked on it, so.
No, I hear you. It's fine.
Your first spin is in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Would you like to keep that or spin that again?
Oh, man. Do I tempt fate and try to get my 90s flavor, or do I stick with this, Russell?
I don't know, man.
This is tough, but you know what? I'm going to stick with it. Let's go with it.
Oh.
Sticking with fantasy sci-fi.
Yep.
If my case will work with me. There we go.
I'm going to stick with it.
And as I scroll down, all right. Ryan, are you ready for your questions in the category of fantasy sci-fi?
Not really, but okay, let's do this.
Question number 1. What is the name of the fortress in Mordor where Sam kills many orcs trying to save the captured Frodo? And this is obviously in Lord of the Rings 3, Return of the King.
I think I know, but just to be safe, I'm going to check the multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, Barad-dûr, C, Cirith Ungol, C, Dol Guldur, or D, Gorgoroth.
Wow. Okay, I definitely should have done a second spin. I'll go with A as in animal or whatever. A.
A, Barad-dûr is incorrect.
Can I
Russell?
hear the answers again?
I'm going to give you you get a full repeat.
Cool.
What is the name of the fortress in Mordor where Sam kills many orcs trying to save the captured Frodo in Lord of the Rings 3, The Return of the King?
Okay.
A, Barad-dûr, C, Cirith Ungol, C, Dol Guldur, or D, Gorgoroth?
I'm going to go Cirith Ungol.
Cirith Ungol is correct for
Wow.
1 point.
Great pull, man. Great pull.
All right, Ryan, question number 2. In what sci-fi film will you see dolphins leaving Earth singing "So Long and Thanks for the Fish"?
What? Gosh almighty. Multiple choice. What is this?
Had you have watched Papa's Birthday Extravaganza, you would know. Your multiple choice options are A, Galaxy Quest, B, Morons from Outer Space, C, Mimsy, or D, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
I don't know. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is correct for 1 point.
Jeez. Saw that movie one time and it was a million years ago.
It opens up with them talking about how dolphins are the most intelligent creatures, and they are leaving Earth.
I knew it wasn't Galaxy Quest. I knew that.
I knew it wasn't. I'm a big fan of Galaxy Quest. I knew for a fact it wasn't.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. Who plays Polly Perkins, Sky Captain's reporter ex-girlfriend, in Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow?
Oh, I remember seeing this movie on DVD. Gwyneth Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow is correct for 2 points.
I was going to say it was either her or Angelina Jolie.
Yeah.
Both of which were multiple choice options. So, Question number 4. What year saw the release of Titan AE?
Ooh. Oh boy. You can't hurt the threads. It's pure energy. That's the only thing I remember from that promo. Gosh almighty. Multiple choice.
Your multiple choice options are A, 2001. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat that. It's A, 2000, B, 2001, C, 2002, or D, 2003.
Great options, guys. No, it's fine. It makes sense. That was my poor attempt at humor. Titan AE, I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to say it was released in 2001.
2001 is incorrect.
Darn it.
Russell.
Pretty sure it was 2000.
2000 is correct.
Darn it, I was thinking that, but I was like, that sounds too obvious.
At least with the multiple choice, I give you the years in order. I hate when they're like A, 2002, B, 2000, 2003, 2000.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Just, it makes no sense, but
Good job, Russell. I was thinking
I was-
2000, but then
I was
2001.
teetering between 99 and 2000, so I was.
Yeah.
all right. And Ryan, question number 5, your final question. In honor of his rivalry with a television personality, what does Dr. Rick Marshall name his book that talks about his adventures in 2009's Land of the Lost?
A movie that nobody saw, including me, and I have no desire to because the 90s reboot series on Nickelodeon was better. Multiple choice again.
Your multiple choice options are A, Why I Hate Matt Lauer, B, Haha, I was right and Matt Lauer was wrong, C, Matt Lauer Can Suck It, or D, Why Matt Lauer is the stupidest person in the whole wide world.
Wow. I'm going to say C as in cat.
C as in cat, Matt Lauer Can Suck It. It was also the first thing he says when he reaches the Land of the Lost. That is correct for 1 point.
Wow, that was okay.
And Land of the Lost is also a guilty pleasure of mine.
Oh,
So
it
be
is.
wary of what you say.
I like it too, though. With Shaka.
Yes.
Yeah, I like it. It's a guilty pleasure. It's fun. I like Danny
Yes.
McBride.
Matt Lauer can suck it.
Mhm.
And then at the end, he makes
at the end of the movie,
Matt Lauer hold the book.
Yeah, he's
Yes.
holding the book at the end. He's getting interviewed by Matt Lauer, which I think is kind of funny.
Yes. All right. So with that, Ryan, you were able to wiggle your way through quite a bit. Right now, you see yourself at 12, and Russell has 8. So with that, Russell, it is your turn to spin this lovely wheel.
All right,
As I
Meryl
position
Streep.
it.
Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep. Meryl Streep.
Okay.
Please land on Meryl Streep. I'm begging you.
And it lands on action adventure. Would you like to keep that or spin that again?
Fuck.
Or do you want to tempt fate?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like tempt fate, it'll bite me in the ass. Fuck, but I don't know a whole lot. Let me go. You know what? Fuck it. I'll go down on my sword. I'm gonna spin it.
Spinning it again.
Go down on my
And it
sword.
lands on
What is that?
the
Oh my.
1990s.
All right,
I'll take
I'm
'em.
going to get your steals. I'm going to get your steals.
I can almost guarantee that there will not be any sports questions or James Bond questions.
It's okay.
But we knew we were going to get some 1990s questions in here. If I can find it. There it is.
This could go either way for you, Russell.
I mean, yeah.
Look how fantasy sci-fi did for me. It was weird.
All right, so Russell, question number 1 in the category of 1990s. Who plays Lieutenant Lois Einhorn, who turns out to be former kicker Ray Finkel in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective?
Oh my God, Einhorn. Give me a multiple choice. It's been a while since I've seen Ace Ventura.
Your multiple choice options are A, Alice Drummond, B, Rebecca Ferrati, C, Lauren Hawley, or D, Sean Young.
I'm gonna go see Lauren Hawley.
Lauren Hawley is incorrect.
She's the
Ryan, your
number.
chance for a 1-point steal. Who plays Lieutenant Lois Einhorn, who turns out to be former kicker Ray Finkel in Ace Ventura: Pet Detective? A, Alice Drummond, B, Rebecca Ferretti, C, Lauren Hawley, or D, Sean Young?
Russell, I'm sorry to do this to you, brother, but I just rewatched this a few months ago, and also it was one of the first movies I ever started quoting as a young person. So it's Sean Young, ladies and gentlemen.
Sean Young is correct.
I knew Lauren
for
Hawley
1
was
point.
from Dumb and Dumber. I was trying to.
Yep.
Whatever.
It's okay, man.
All right. Question number 2. In Sleepless in Seattle, after what classic film does Annie model her setup meet at the Empire State Building with Sam?
What you cut out? What was it? What did they?
Okay.
And Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah. In Sleepless in Seattle, after what classic film does Annie model her setup meet at the Empire State Building with Sam?
Shit. I've seen it. Let me go multiple choice on it. It's like not.
Your multiple choice options are A, Funny Face, B, An Affair to Remember, C, A Star is Born, or D, Roman Holiday?
I'm going to go with B, An Affair to Remember.
B, An Affair to Remember is correct for
Yep.
1 point.
Good job, buddy.
All right. Question number 3. Who portrays the powerful version of Bane in Batman and Robin?
Oh my god! What the fuck was that actor? Get multiple choice.
All right. Your multiple choice options are A, Robert Swenson, B, John Glover, C, Pat Hingle, or D, Jesse Ventura?
I'm going to go with A.
A, Robert Swenson, also known as Jeep Swenson, is correct for 1 point.
Good
I knew
job,
it was
man.
the other. I knew it wasn't the other ones. Pat Hingle was the one in. Wasn't he Gordon in '89's Batman? Or not Gordon, but he was. Yeah, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I think.
I think
right.
he's Gordon in all of them.
Commissioner Gordon. Yeah. Okay, that's why I knew that
And
sounded
then-
familiar. And I knew it wasn't Jesse
Yeah,
Ventura.
he was
so-
Commissioner
Jesse
Gordon.
Ventura is one of the guards in the
Okay.
prison.
Yeah, Jesse.
That's
John
what I
Glover
Body
does something,
Ventura.
but I cannot remember.
Hold on one
All
second.
right.
Hold on 1 second. All right. Sorry, you're good. Go ahead.
Cheater!
No, I know.
No, you're good.
Before the
Question-
questions read.
Yes. Question number 4.
Okay.
In Jingle All the Way, what Turbo Man villain is Myron dressed as to sneak into the parade and steal the Turbo Man action figure from Howard?
He's Oh wait, Myron is Sinbad. He's the guy with the brain. It's not Booster. Booster's the fucking other thing. Give me multiple choice. I'll know when I hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Your multiple choice options are A, Dementor, B, Goldar, C, Finster, or D, Hydrohog?
It's A.
A, Dementor is correct for 1 point.
Nice
figure
multiple, nice multiple choice options with the Power Ranger villains.
I was about to say the other options are all Power Ranger villains,
Yep.
and in fact not Turbo
It was
Man
the one-
villains,
It was the one
because
I
there's
couldn't
only
remember.
one Turbo Man villain.
But I knew Booster was his his
He was a
accompanying-
sidekick.
Yeah.
All right.
Booster?
And
Who wants Booster?
Your final question in the category of 1990s. Who kills Art Lean in 1995's Mortal Kombat?
Oh my god, I just saw the new one actually. Let me go ahead and get multiple choice on that.
Your multiple choice options are A, Kano, B, Kotal Khan, C, Scorpion, or D, Goro?
And let me use one of my repeats. What was the question again? And can you do the whole shebang again? I'm sorry.
Yep. Your last question in 1990s. Who kills Art Lean in 1995's Mortal Kombat?
Okay.
A, Kano, B, Kotal Khan, C, Scorpion, or D, Goro?
A total guess. I'm going to go with Kano.
Kano is incorrect. Ryan, your chance for the 1 point steal. Who kills Art Lean in 1995's Mortal Kombat? A, Kano, B, Kotal Khan, C, Scorpion, or D, Goro?
This is one of the beauties of growing up in the 90s. You just see certain films that just strike a chord with you, and you tend to rewatch them over and over and over and over and over again. Hey, you aren't Lean, aren't you? I mean, I saw you fight in London. You were great. Anyway, the person who does kill him is Goro, Prince Goro. Your soul is mine. So there you go.
I can't accept that because Goro does not make the comment of your soul is mine.
Well, you know what I mean.
But thank you for adding the Prince Goro because yes.
Yes.
Goro is correct
Yeah.
for 1 point.
I know
As
I was
we move
quoting
on-
multiple characters, but give me a break, guys.
You're confusing me. I'm sorry. All right. As we move on to round number 3, Ryan currently sees himself in the lead, 14 points to Russell's 11. The way round number 3 works, each competitor will give me 3 numbers ranging from 1 to 15. Each number is going to correspond to a category. And the way you give me your numbers, the first number you give me is going to be a 2-point question. Second number is going to be a 3-point question. And the last number is going to be a 5-point question. We will go until we're going to start off with Russell. We're going to go until he either takes the lead or is mathematically eliminated. But before we can start this, we do have to get our numbers first. Ryan, since you are in the lead, 3 numbers, 1 through 15, please.
Okay, I'll go with 14, 3, and 14, 3, and what the hey? We'll go with 7.
14, 3, and 7. Russell, I'm going to ask you the same questions. Only caveat, please do not pick 14, 3, or 7.
I'm going to go with 6, 8, and 11.
6, 8, and 11. So with that, Russell, since you are currently losing, we're going to start off with you. You gave me, for your 2-point question, you gave me the number 6, which comes in the category of action adventure.
Comes
boy,
back.
Comes full circle now.
And your 2-point question, who stars as Frank Morris in 1979's Escape from Alcatraz?
Who's Frank Morris Escape from Alcatraz? That would be Jesus, what's his name? Hold on. Oh my god, I see him.
Also, as a reminder, you only have 1 repeat left.
That's fine. What the fuck is his name? I see him. I guess I am drawing a blank. Let me get George Cawborn.
George, I don't even remember the last name you gave me.
James Cawborn. I'm sorry. Yeah, no, never mind.
That is incorrect.
I'm thinking of Steve McQueen, I think.
The correct answer is Clint Eastwood.
Okay, good. I'm glad that was completely not what I was thinking. I'm trying to think of James Cawborn.
But
you mean James Coburn? Yeah.
Cawborn. Yeah.
Really, in the grand scheme of things, that question didn't really matter.
No, that's
we move on to round number 8, which comes in the category of fantasy sci-fi.
Oh, fuck.
Dude, everything's coming full circle for everybody.
Yes. All right. And your 3-point question. In Monty Python and the Holy Grail, what is the name of the castle Sir Galahad is led to that is inhabited by 150 young women?
I've seen it one time and I cannot think of it. Oh, God. I can't. I have no guess. I can't pull. I've seen it once. I have nothing.
No guess at all?
No, I don't have any. I have nothing. I can't think of anything.
Okay. The correct answer is Castle Anthrax.
That's okay. Okay. Yeah.
I've never even seen that movie.
I saw it. Like I said, one time, and it was
All right. So as we move on to your final question, which comes in number 11, which is the category of Pirates of the Caribbean.
Which we.
God.
We'll see what happens there.
Your question: what are the names of the trinkets owned by the pirate lords that were used to bind Calypso?
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
I'll tell you who plays Calypso. I just repeat. I have 1 repeat. You said. Repeat it after what Rowan said at 1.
Okay. Your 5-point question, Pirates of the Caribbean. What are the names of the trinkets owned by the pirate lords that were used to bind Calypso?
The only thing that's coming in, like I'm just gonna throw it out there. Is it the booty? Like the pirate's booty?
See, the pirate lords were not creative. The correct answer is the 9 pieces of 8.
That's right. Oh, shit.
And
that's right.
your winner,
Wow.
by way of technical knockout, Ryan, the quote, Permison. Russell not able to get it, but that's okay. I'm going to kick you out. You're going to think about your failure. And And I'm going to talk to Ryan while you do it too. So, no, I'm kidding. Ryan getting the technical knockout, really having a great round one, having a pretty good round two, and then also capitalizing on those steals. How are you feeling after that match?
Yeah, I gotta say, round one, great questions. Round two, fantasy sci-fi. I probably should have tempted fate and spun again, but at that same time, I could have gotten something that I may not have been as strong in, or who knows what. So I'm kind of sort of happy that I stuck with fantasy sci-fi because as round two always goes, you can check the multiple choice if you're unsure about something. So that's a good thing to know moving forward. But no, in all honesty, though, this was a fun match. This is a new arena, somewhat of a new league, new format. I'm liking it, and Russell did a heck of a job. Those were some round three. Those were some tough questions, but he hung in there, and I have all respect in the world to Russell. I wish him the best of luck moving forward in his fan league career. He's a good guy. He's got a lot of stuff going on for him. So congrats to that, and best of luck to you there, Russell. But yeah, it's good to be in the winner's circle. It's good to get a win, and it's great. And one of my other matches just went up last week, or earlier this week, I should say, with Full Metal, and that was a lot of fun too. So it's great to get a couple victories here. It's fun. So thanks for having me. This was good stuff. And I like the questions too. Man, you're making this 90s kid feel special with those quotes questions, man.
You're welcome. It's not the reason I do it, but it's good to hear. People like my questions. Had you have spun again from fantasy sci-fi, you would have gotten action adventure. Would you have rather had action adventure, or were you happy with fantasy sci-fi in that aspect of everything?
Well, I mean, yeah, action adventure had a few hurdles here and there. So yeah, I guess if I look back on it now, yeah, I probably would have stuck with fantasy sci-fi because at least I could have a pretty good inkling of what the answer is to each respective question, or if I wasn't sure, I could just check the multiple choice, or if I had an idea that I'm pretty sure about, always check the multiple choice if you're not 100% sure. So that's why I did it. So yeah, I guess I probably would have stuck with fantasy sci-fi. It's a big genre. It's a big one. There's a lot of different movies that fall into that category. I was a little bit surprised I got a Middle Earth question because I'm not a big fan of Middle Earth. But hey, just saying. But I don't really have many weaknesses. I have varying degrees of strength, as the greatest MTS competitor Mike Kalinowski likes to point out. So there you go, man. This was fun. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for coming. And we'd love to have you again. Is there anyone out there that you would love to take on, whether they're in the league or not? If they're not, I can try to talk them into it. Anyone you want to take on?
I really can't think of one. And I'm just still a little bit in shock and awe of what just happened here in this match. The fact that I won this thing, because Russell's a really good competitor. He's really good, and when he knows the answer, he'll pull it. And then when he feels under the pressure, he'll pull it at times. Like I've seen him pull some rabbits out of his hat before, and I'm thinking to myself, this guy's a really good competitor. He's going to be a big threat in the leagues. But no, I can't think of anybody. Just whoever you send my way, I will take them on, and hopefully we can give you a great match and it'll be entertaining.
I will line them up. You will take them down. Ryan, great job as I kick you out and bring in the second place finisher, Russell. Your 49ers didn't have the best overall pick in the draft. You didn't have the greatest overall performance. Yeah. And I only say that because they didn't take Mac Jones, who I thought they would take, and they also didn't do a random weird surprise trade to try to get Aaron Rodgers. But you can always hope, can't you? You can. How are you feeling? How are you feeling after that match?
Ryan's a good competitor. Hats off to him. He knew a lot of the ones that I didn't know. Those were in his wheelhouse. Unfortunately, it just, I had seen the films. I just can't remember Ace Ventura or Mortal Kombat. I mean, obviously 90s films that I had seen. I just so far removed from those. You know what I mean? But all in all, I hung in there the first round. I limped out only being down like 2, I think, or 3. Gave myself a shot at it in the second round. I knew a couple. I think I got his Lord of the Rings one, and I knew some of them. When I spun action adventure, I just didn't know where we were going to land. Action adventure is such a huge category where I wanted to kind of fine tooth it. So that's why I wanted to respin and try to get a shot at 90s. Unfortunately, just some of the 90s questions I just blanked on, I just unfortunately blanked on, like I said, Mortal Kombat, Ace Ventura. Round 3 were some heavy hitters. Again, movies that I seen. I know Monty Python, Chance, and I did a podcast on it. I totally forget. and we did the whole entire series of the Pirates of the Caribbean, and I really forgot the 9 Pieces of 8. I totally forgot that one because that was from like the 3rd or 4th, I think, Pirates of the Caribbean. Like I said, it just wasn't the 3rd. Yeah, so it just wasn't. They just weren't there, is what I'm trying to say. But hats off to Ryan. He fought a good match and had me behind the whole entire match. So it was really hard to try to get some ground. I was hoping to get a little bit of ground in round 3. Hopefully, try to get the 3-point question at least to try to make it a tie to force him to answer some questions. But that didn't work out my way. I said some of the questions were just out of my wheelhouse. But you know what? It's you live and learn. You win and you lose. I've been on both sides of the spectrum, so I'm just looking forward to competing again.
Definitely, and we'd love to see you again. Is there anyone out there that you'd love to take on again?
No.
Same goes to you. If they're not in the league, I can try to sweet talk them.
Honestly,
to get them here.
Honestly, anybody. It doesn't really matter. I don't really shy down from challenges. I'll play anybody you guys throw my way. It's just how I've been. I don't really issue out. I'm a boring person. I cut boring promos, and I just want to compete and have fun. So that's just me. But yeah, anybody that you throw my way, I'll be more than happy to compete and hopefully get a W in this league. So a little chip on my shoulder right now. I want to get that off me. So I'm hoping to get paired up and get the W next one.
Definitely get off that losing record. Get to 500, and
Absolutely.
You can only go up from there.
For sure.
Well, with that, Russell, same thing. Thank you for coming today. I'm glad y'all had fun. And for the millions of y'all at home watching, I hope y'all had fun too. Because yes, we do this. We do this all for fun. For not just for the competitors. For me as one of the writers and the host, I like having fun, and I like making sure y'all at home have fun, because that's all that matters. Life's too short to hate each other. Life's too short to just go on hating everything. You got to put a smile on your face and enjoy life. So with that, that's been your word of advice for the day. I am your 38th favorite dad, currently beardless, Papa West, for Russell, for Ryan. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe, or don't. I really don't care. I'm not your dad. But I could be your papa.